Morning students, in the previous video we have started the chapter The Lost Child from your book Moments. So students, up to here, up to this moved on, up to here we have studied, and up to here what we have studied that a child with his parents, he was in a fair, and he was enjoying that fair very much, and he was quite fascinated towards all the things he was watching in the fair here. A flower seller hogged a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. Then again, a flower seller, he was shouting, he was trying to sell his garlands of gulmohar, and the child, he seemed unstoppable, irresistible. It was quite difficult for him to control himself. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured, "I want that garland." So he went towards the basket because he has lost control of himself. So he went there, and in a very low voice he said, "I want that garland." But he knew that his parents are going to refuse to buy those flowers, and so without waiting for an answer, he moved on like he was doing earlier also. In case of sweets also he did so. A man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green, and purple balloons flying from it. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. As we all know that children, little children, they are quite fascinated towards balloons. They want all the balloons. So this child was no different. The child is also same. When he saw different colored balloons, he was fascinated, attracted towards them, and he wanted those balloons. But he knew that his parents are not going to buy those balloons, and they would be saying that you are quite too old to play with these toys. So he walked on, again he walked on, and then he saw a snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket. As you all know, this is a common sight. It's a common sight in Indian fairs. A snake charmer, he was playing flute to the snake, and snake was moving in a very graceful manner. Then the child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded farther. Again, he knew that his parents has told him earlier also that you are not supposed to listen to this kind of music. So he went on, or moved on. There was a roundabout in full swing. So these kind of rides are there, roundabouts, and that was going on. Men, women, and children, they were moving in a whirling motion in that roundabout. They were all enjoying. They were shouting, they were crying in laughter, with laughter. The child watched them curiously. He watched them, and then he made a request. That was a bold request, not a slow request. That was a bold request. "I want to go on the roundabout, please, father, mother." So he requested his parents that he wanted to go to the roundabout. But there was no reply. He turned to look here at his parents. They were not there ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. So when he made that request, he did not got any answer because parents were not there. He looked here and there in all the directions, but there wasn't any sign of them. A full deep cry rose within dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear, "Mother, father." He looked for them in every direction, and he was crying. Now a deep cry rose from his dry throat, and he was in real fear. He was so frightened. He was just crying, "Mother, father," and his body was trembling with fear. Tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed face was convulsed with fear. Tears were rolling down from his eyes. They were hot, and they were he fear they were frightened. Those tears were full of fear, and his face became so dull with fear. Panic stricken, he was panicked, he was tensed, he was worried, he was in anxiety. He ran to one side first, then to other side, hither and thither. This means, hither and thither means moving in an unorganized manner in all the direction, moving in an unorganized manner. So that he was a little child. He did not know what to do. So he was moving here and there. He was moving in an unorganized manner and he was crying, mother, father. He was crying, he was wailing. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. And his turban, it untied, and his clothes, they became muddy also, because he was not taking care of himself. He was just worried about his parents, that where they have gone. Having run to and fro in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated, his cries suppressed into sobs. Now he was tired of running to and fro. Again and again he was running and running, and now he was tired. He was defeated. He was standing defeated over there. His cries suppressed into sobs. Now he was sobbing. At little distances on the green grass he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people. So he saw here and there, he saw many people over there on the footpath, he saw, but his parents were not there. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. So again he started running. Now he was going to a shrine where people were worshipping, and there was a huge crowd there. He thought his parents would be there. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's leg, his little sob lingering, mother, father. Then again he started running over there, but there was a huge crowd, there wasn't any space, but still he managed to run through people's leg, and in little voice he was saying, mother, father. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. There were people all around, and they were in crowd, so they were also angry. They were trying to make their way. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements, he might have been trampled underfoot. He might have been trampled underfoot. वो उनके पैरों के नीचे आ जाता because of their brutal movements. But at that time only, at the highest pitch of his voice, he shouted, mother, father. Only then he was saved. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry, stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. So a man helped him. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? Then the man, he inquired, how did you get here in such a crowdy place, and whose baby are you? But the child was not able to answer anything. He was not able to answer anything. Then the man asked as he steered clear of the mass. Now he came out of that crowd. The child wept more bitterly than ever and only cried, I want my mother and I want my father. Now the child, he was not able to answer, but he was just crying again, and he was crying quite loudly that I want my mother, I want my father. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Now the man was trying that I must make this child comfortable. So he was trying to soothe him. He took him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? Now he was asking that, do you want to ride on a horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into thousand shrill sobs, and he only shouted, I want my father, I want my father. Now you can see the contrast here. When parents were with the child was so comfortable, child was so secured, that he wanted all those things, all the worldly things he wanted. But now his parents are not there. Unknown person is asking him to have a ride, but now he just wanted his parents. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Then the man, he took the child to a snake charmer. If you remember, child also wanted to stay there. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. He requested that, little child, listen to this music. He pleaded, he requested, but the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched strain. But the child, he was not, he was not willing to answer. He was not willing to listen to that music. He shut his ears with his fingers and he shouted. He shouted in strain, I want my mother, I want my father. Again, he just wanted his mother and father. So students, up to here only we will study today, and in the next video we will study the rest of the chapter. So revise the chapter. Thank you students. Have a nice day.